mighty beasts of storms and scale. Dragons were spawned from the dreams of Morden, their father. A dragon's very presence changes the environment. This is known as their wema. Unnatural fogs, hideous winds, endless rain, frigid snows, and most dreaded of all, the rising of the temperature. Each of these effects depends on the color of the dragon, and the color depends on the dragon's alignment. Law for ice, chaos for fire, chromatic for evil, metallic for good. Dragons come with certain personality traits. An obsession. This is usually for gold and jewels, but it can be anything from beautiful human women, weirdo, smutty romance novels, or the people of a nation. Dragons cared not for the appearance or charismatic draw of a person. As beasts and monsters, they care only for power. It is not uncommon for dragons to mingle with those they call mortals. Very few dragons make it past 1,000 years of age, as they catch a whiff of the true powers of the world. The gods do not find draconic attention and the ability to track them down convenient, resulting in many dragons disappearing. Dragons eat incredible sums of food and can slumber for decades. When they get older, dragons who wish to remain conscious have to practice temperance when it comes to food. Here are many of the notable dragons that roam, or perhaps roamed, the world. Le Chouette Monu hates democracy. She grew this hatred after her friend was killed by democracy. The philosopher, whose opinions and beliefs offended those in power within Dinob, was executed by vote. His only crime, a thought. She enjoys the debate around this kind of politique and philosophy. She wears her vast collection of mammoth tusks as a dress in her mortal form, though in her youth she grew in a land of giants, and thus her mortal form is that of a giantess. This only minorly inconveniences her when trying to converse with people the size of her finger. Her age is nearly 944. She had intended to sleep to the age of 1,000, but was woken 60 years early. She has brass scales and a wema of wind and breath of poison. Malsideriter, concubine to Urak, demigod of Obrim. It is her children that make up the nobility of Un. She bedecks her ebony skin in countless gold chains and jewels, both in her mortal form and her draconic. Age, 290. Color, black. Wema, fog. Breath of acid. Zorshi Dracul. This poor creature was made into a vampire by his master, the woman he wished to woo. His wema is corrupted and causes blood rain and less lightning. He collects gold. Age, 564. Color, blue. Turned vampire. Wema, blood rain. Breath, blood lightning. Zeri Zarius. Mother of an unusual brood, she was once obsessed by adorable things, but now this obsession has transferred to her own young upon her first brood. Thus, her mate, Drakuruzuru, is tired out and she happily pops more and more wormlings out. Drakuruzuru, a super ancient dragon from times long forgotten, resurrected to do battle in the modern day. Zeri's children play a crucial role in the modern function of the Ozmec Empire. They are promised to aid Starlux against the coming end time. Age 436. Zeri found an ancient artifact, a golden mask, a deadly thing for mortals that ages them twice as quickly, but it allows dragons to increase their age faster, increasing their power. Color, gold. Wema, heat, and breath of fire. Echidna, mother of dragons, born near the end of the war with the old god. She was born and immediately birthed her 10 sons. She came from Mordin's mind, fully formed, a dream he had of such grandeur that the dragons were born. Echidna now slumbers beneath the land. If she ever wakes, the world would split open, and the lands devoured by her hunger. For now she dreams, a dream that men and dragons alike can enter and learn from each other. Echidna's scales are a dark brown, earthen color. It is unknown what her wema or breath could contain, but she is of such size and age to shatter mountains. Approximate age 14,300 years. Delari, child of Mordin and Echidna. The child was made in response to the loss of Rat, the familiar of the god Mordin. But the demi-goddess seems equal parts dragon and hydra, as she creates full clones of herself that run around, die, and rot away. She eventually discovered what happened to Rat. The creature was sent to the depths of space. Unfortunately for her, she discovered this by sending one of her clones. And this part of space is the distant prison of the old god. What the god has done with the clone, no one knows, but to witness the old one is madness. Delari was adopted shortly after her birth by Starlux, and the ancient elf has raised her against her chaotic and evil nature. Thus, Delari's scales are brilliant bronze, her wema is rain and thunder, her breath lightning. Her age is 120, but she too has worn a golden mask. Sharamondodar. Once a white dragon, her attraction to the might and achievement of Arti, champion of Karn, changed her alignment to lawful good, changing her color to silver. She was once important in the Ozmec Empire, and her son still is a core advisor to Starlux. But she has become more reclusive after Arti's death. She once owed a blood debt to the mortal Cicero for his aid, but no longer. Her debts have been paid to his offspring. Age 383. Color silver. Wema cold. Breath of ice. Master Taya Mordin. Born sick, Taya had been cursed and weak of body, despised by her fellows. In the land of her birth, she quested the west. On her journey, she found the land of Denob, the birthplace of philosophy and martial games. She was enamored by the great wisdom of men and frequented the shadowed roofs of their thinkeries. As she grew, she developed her mortal form and intended to participate in the discussion, only to find that she would not be let in as a woman. Disheartened, she still participated by listening and reflecting by herself. An odd thing happened to Taya. She found it a simple matter to change the color of her scales, though at first this endeavor took her days. Then she witnessed it. Karn and Obrim clashed above the skies of Denob. The godly battle left the dragon, barely an adult, shocked. It was at that moment that Taya knew she needed more strength than any other. But she was born weak, so she looked at the mortals, and she saw her way. 120 years later, she became a master of the martial practice of hand-to-hand combat. Her mastery allowing her to accelerate her alignment shift to merely 10 minutes. She selected an apprentice and taught the girl so that Taya could acquire the skills she would need to teach the thing she didn't just want to teach, but wanted to learn from. Age 371, modified with a golden mask. Color any she desires, though usually blue. Taya manifests her Wema, most frequently, as a breeze, pleasantly warm. Valkermonder, the arguably most powerful dragon to ever exist, pursues power to an extreme never seen before. In his youth, the goddess Sally's slept with him. Now, with the taste of a goddess on his tongue, he is obsessed with the beauty of the human form and the power of a god. This has driven the dragon to control his Wema, resulting in the ability to compress his heat into himself. This focused heat results in him blazing like the sun. It also allows him to burn other red or gold dragons, who are otherwise immune to fire. Many years ago, he met Master Taya Morden. She has taught him to fuse ki and Wema. Last of his followers, though most vile, is the creature Hepsha. This once Knoll is mother of the Hexblades, but why did he have such weapons crafted when he is a fist fighter? And why does he need the strength to match nations? After entering the dream of his foremother, he gained great wisdom and understanding of men. Val also enjoys fighting even lesser adversaries as tests of skill, and is allied with the leader of the Seekers, such an alliance that he will show himself to defend the Seekers from a blood elf. Age 754, modified by a golden mask. Color red. Wema heat. Breath of starfire.